But we checked into this hotel, and Olivia's flight out was a few days before mine because we were going to different places. We're traveling apart right now, and he was leaving 4 days before me. We kind of did have the inclination that it would probably be safer if when Olivia left before me that they still think he's there. So we tried to kind of sneak him out early in the morning, but they were down in the lobby. They definitely knew that he left, that he was going to the airport, and they knew that I was now in this hotel alone. From that very morning, they started acting completely different to me. At one point, one of them even followed me up the stairs. They called the room, and I know it was hotel employees because this phone is only for hotel use. It's not an actual phone that can call any phone numbers, as I was about to find out later. They called the room and they just said into the phone, "Hey, baby." And I hung up, and they called the room again and just silent, not saying anything, and it was just kind of creepy. The next day, they called my room, and I pick up the phone and they were making sexual noises, breathing, and there's no way that this was just normal breathing into the phone. It was very obvious what type of thing they were trying to, yeah. I was extremely uncomfortable at that point, of course. And it was 2 days before I was supposed to leave. I was in my room, and one of the guys knocked on the door and said, "Hello, open your door." And I thought, no, I'm not opening my door. He came back about an hour later, and he banged something really hard against the door. I don't know what, but it made such a loud sound, startled me. And he said, "Open the door. Ma'am, open your door right now." I said, "No, I'm not going to open the door." In India, there are these big switches on a lot of hotels that are outside of the person's door that controls the AC. So the hotel workers can turn on or off your AC from like right outside. So the big switch is like right outside my door, and I hear him flip it off. And it's pretty distinct sound. Like, I knew that he had just turned off my AC. Immediately, he knocks at my door and says, "Hello, the AC is broken. We need to come in and fix the AC. Open the door and I will come in and fix your AC." And I just said, "No, I'm not answering the door." He called the room and again told me I had to open the door because the AC is broken. I told him it's not broken. I know you turned it off. Stopped knocking, but I saw shadows underneath my door, and the shadow underneath my door, like, he was right outside my door, and then there were more people that came, and I don't know who, but they would knock and say, "Open the door." Then they shut off the Wi-Fi and said the same story. They need to come in and fix the Wi-Fi. They kept telling me, "Open the door, let us in." I knew that they were lying because, you know, the AC isn't broken. I knew that, and all these stories they're telling me. I just felt so certain that if I did open the door, then because they were so desperately trying with lies to get into my room and to get me to open the door, I did feel very certain that if I did, then something very bad would happen, and I still think that it would have. I'm thinking about like not even keep making this video right now. I want to be honest with you guys, and I've debated whether to make this video at all. Okay. What was I even saying? This continued for what felt like forever. What felt like a very long time. I guess it was 2 days. 2 days of this. I would just always see their shadows underneath the door. And you know, the shadow would be right there still for maybe a really long time and then move away, or it'd be gone for a few minutes and come back, and it was just always that shadow underneath the door, so that I knew they're right there on the other side of the door. And this went on for 2 days, and I don't even know if I can explain or if it comes across like how I was stuck inside my room. I ran out of water because you can't drink the tap water in India, so I had no water. I couldn't go out to get food because their shadows were right there. They're waiting for me to come out, like I'm being hunted in the hotel that I'm staying at, you know. That's how I felt. The best I can describe it is that, you know, it was like I was in a horror movie, because it's in the place where you're supposed to feel safe, and you're sleeping in your bed at night and you can't even relax. You can never feel safe, and there's nowhere you can go. You're trapped. It was extremely traumatizing, and just that it went on and on for so long. Hello? Why do I have to open the door? It's working fine, except when you turn it off. It's off because you just turned it off. No, I'm not opening the door right now. I'm busy. Okay. Thankfully, nothing happened beyond everything that did happen. So I had noticed that their shadows were never under the door early in the morning. I left for the airport super early in the morning. I think like 3 in the morning I left. I had a really long series of flights ahead of me. I think I was flying for over 48 hours. When all of this had been going on, when I was in that room, I felt like all of my senses were just razor sharp. I was terrified, but at the same time I was calm, because I knew that I needed to focus on this, and I went over in my head a dozen different scenarios of what if they break down the door, what'll I do, and what if they say this, then I won't answer, or just going over all of these things that I could do. even though there was at the time nothing that I could do. And once I got into the airport, all of that composure just kind of melted away, and I was having panic attacks. I was crying all over the world in different airports. I'm sure a lot of flight attendants thought I was crazy. At one point I couldn't even get onto a plane. I felt like I'm about to be trapped again, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. Then I went on another trip. I was in Guatemala, which was amazing. I thought, you know, okay, this happened. It was very traumatizing, but now I will forget it and I'll just move on and I'll forget it. It just didn't go away, and I didn't forget it. Not at all. To complicate matters, I had a very prestigious project that I was about to do in India, so I was about to fly back, like a dream project for me, and I just felt so proud of myself, and I really did, about this project. I was so excited. When I started traveling, I could not have ever dreamed that I would be working with a company like this on such a project. And you know, I started this channel, I didn't have any idea what I was doing. My first videos are pretty bad, and I just grew because I kept at it, and it's my passion, and I have built this entire channel 100% by myself, and I'm very proud of that. I am. And this project just felt like, you know, my dream project is here, and I worked so hard, and I dreamed so much, and took those dreams and made them into action, and now I'm here. I told them what had happened, and that I did plan to talk about this. I'm not saying anything bad about that company. They were incredibly supportive. However, it just didn't make sense for me to be releasing a video of this nature and at the same time have videos coming out with them that are, you know, about adventure and exploring and everything that I am about and is perfect for me to provide, except this now has become a part of my experience, and it was just a very, very difficult situation. And you know, I did think about it, and I was talking to Livio about it. Maybe I should just tell them, you know what, I'm not gonna make this video. I'll just keep completely silent on that. I'm not gonna tell my viewers, and I don't exactly know why, and I still don't know exactly why. That just never felt right. I knew it. I knew that it didn't feel right to leave that out. I didn't want to choose to silence myself. Certainly what I do not want is for now, when I release my India videos in the future, for them to have